Okay, so here we are again. We're back in the A10 Charlie. I'm a FAR EW, and we are going to go over ground operations. So you can see from the outside, I have some A9s, a lighting pod, and 4 racks of 3 tubes, 7 M151 rockets, and 4 Mark 82s, and an ALQ 131, I believe it is. So what we're also going to do here is I'm going to change it up here, and I'm going to show you how to use your ground crew to change your weapon. And I'm also going to talk about what we talked about yesterday. Let me turn off my track IR here for a second. So we're going to talk about how to, first I'm going to give you an overview of the cockpit. Then we're going to talk about startup, using the radios, and how to change laser codes, not only on your bomb, but also in the targeting pod. So one thing you can do is a lot of aircraft, I believe the Viggen, maybe it's the Viggen. I know in the Hornet, I don't know if the Hornet can change its codes on its bombs in flight. They may have to do them on the ground. So I fly with the 1/18th Valkyries. You can check, I'll put the link in at the end of the video here, to where you can check us out on Facebook, get you our Discord information, and you're welcome to come and fly with us. We love new pilots. We love training. We love flying. And we have just a blast. There's absolutely no rules or regulations to where you have to be on a certain amount of time. We have sign-up sheets for missions. We're starting to get to the point where we're going to start flying missions every day. But anyway, besides that, so the Viggens and whatnot, and I'm not sure, but any aircraft that has a laser-guided GBUs, there's a 4-digit code that the bomb is looking for. And I'm going to show you how to change that on your targeting pod to where if you have somebody, you know, instead of using 1688, that's what the JTAC uses, and that's the default setting for all of them. You could use 1575 for a flight of Hornets. And then I can switch my laser pod, my targeting pod, to use that code, and I can buddy laze. One thing about the A10 is it's durable. I mean, I have flown back missing an engine, missing a vertical stabilizer, half a wing, and I've flown home and landed it. And it's got an incredible loiter time. So even if I'm Winchester, which means I'm out of weapons, bullets, bombs, rockets, missiles, whatever, I can loiter over a target AO and buddy laze for the Hornets, and they can finish off whatever the hog left behind, which is usually not much. And if we have time in the video here, I have this set up to do some gun and rocket runs. I'm in the Persian Gulf, so let me know what you guys think, and let's get back into the cockpit here and do some overview. So we're going to start right here. This is our electrical power panel. Okay, oxygen. Here's all of your canopy defrost, ram air. It's really not going to, you're not going to ever use much here, except for the pitot heat. This is our CDU, our computer data. Our ILS right here, or down here. This is our TACAN. Okay, here's our lighting panel. Anti-collision lights, position lights, formation lights, instruments for engine, auxiliary, flight, floodlights, console lights. Now, one thing here that I always forget to do, especially when I'm doing night flights, I'm turning on my internal lights in here. You've got your accelerometer, which measures your G's, your positive, negative G's, and then your magnetic compass. Back here, you'll see accelerometer and compass light. If you flip that on, it will put lights on these for you if you want them. And then we're going to go back over here to the left side and see if I can get that off. So right here is our VHF radio. It's the only time I ever use it is on some of the higher level campaigns that are much more difficult, getting into MGRS and all that. We'll do that another day. But the JTAC forward air controllers, the ground units are going to be on that frequency there. But if I'm flying in a flight of A10s and we're using SRS, which is a real life radio app, the hogs will put us our own flight using this radio And the Hornets we'll usually have here, and then we'll usually the general channel I'll usually have set here to AWACS, so I can hear if any fighters are coming my way. This is the throttle panel. Now I have track IR, so I have a Thrustmaster Warthog. So when you're starting up, you can't see these switches here, okay? If you don't have a track IR, I mean, with throttle and idle, I can actually kind of lean down and I can see them. But on my Thrustmaster, if you look, I can actually move my mouse over here. You know, I actually have that throttle assembly. So over here is where our SAS is. Okay, your trim, takeoff trim right here. Let's see. This is our, I've never actually used that. So that's an auxiliary lighting. Fuel panel right here. This is where your boost pumps are. This will open your refueling door, which is right in front of the canopy on the nose. This is your refueling lights, crossfeed, tank gate open, wing and external tanks, and this will raise and lower your seat up here. This has really no use here. Landing gear handle, flap indicator, gear down, gear up, indicator lights, anti-skid, landing lights, taxi lights. This is my left MFCD. OSB 1 starts right here. OSB 20 ends right here. This is my standby attitude indicator. SICU power, JTARS, and my IFFCC switch. Now, if you are flying at night, you can turn your HUD mode to night, and I'll show you how to do that on another. We'll do a night run here. Targeting pod switch, laser switch, master arm, and your gun pack arm switch. Right, RWR right here. This is your VSI, your altimeter, left engine, right engine. This is the left fan, right fan, fuel flow left, fuel flow right. This is my APU power or RPMs and my engine exhaust on the APU. All right, and this is, if we had external tanks, we can actually switch and see what our fuel display is. Okay, hydraulic pressures are right here. Left system, right system, canopy open and close. This is my chaff and flares. And then if you do have to extend your land, let's say you made an emergency landing, you can actually extend a boarding ladder right there. Canopy jettison, don't recommend that. Ejection seat arming handle. Now, I've actually used this right here. You've got flap emergency retract. Okay, you've got your manual. This is flight control normal, which is its default, and manual reversion. So if I lose all hydraulic pressure, most aircraft, you're done. You can't steer the plane. But with an A10, you can actually flip it into manual reversion, which goes back to the old school push-pull rods. So if it was real life, you're sitting in this aircraft with hydraulics, you could move the stick pretty freely, but with high pressure on the ailerons and the flaps, or not the flaps, but the elevators and the rudders, if you lose hydraulics, you could flip to manual reversion and still fly the aircraft without hydraulics. You're going to get a workout doing it. This is our early warning panel. This is where you can actually fire off your jammer. You can see you'll see your chaff and flares here. And then this up here, damn, I just totally forgot the name of this. This is the panel that we use to enter data into the HUD, and then transmit it to your MFCDs here. And then at night, you can actually turn the intensity of the HUD lighting down so that when you use your night vision goggles, you can actually see through the HUD without it blinding you. If you have a fire, let's say your APU and an APU fire, you pull this fire handle, nothing happens. You actually have to remember to hit the fire discharge. Okay, you got to actually discharge it. Over here is emergency storage jettison. It'll blow everything off your wings. Okay? All right. So, let's get this baby started. Now, you could follow the training and, do the startup that way. I actually have come up with a way that I do it, and it's pretty quick. but I'm going to go over it with you slowly, okay? First thing, battery, right and left AC generators, inverter to standby. Oxygen on. If you want to go through the whole thing, we can. We'll run a test here to where once it falls below a certain point, we'll get an alarm. Right there. Pitot heat on. Now I turn on my CDU and my Iggy right there. Then we go over here, and then I'm going to put my radio, this one to main, this one to transmit, this one to transmit. Then we're going to go right up the list here. We're going to hit APU start, left boost, right boost, and then wing left and right boost. We're going to turn on our anti-skid, put it into day. I turn these three on. This one only goes up halfway. We've already set our artificial horizon. Day. Close the canopy. Maybe. Oh, I know why. Yeah, I'm getting some weird sounds in here. It doesn't sound right. Sounds like I'm going in slow motion, doesn't it? What is up with my sounds? Waiting for the APU to get up to 100%. I turn all of my, this is my MWS, jammer, RWR, and dispenser, and I set it to semi. If you set it to auto, it'll fire every time your RWR goes off. This thing really does not sound right. Huh. It's very interesting. So I know that this particular airport is 25015. Huh. Let's go ahead and we're going to get our ground crew to change one of our weapons. So when you go into the F8 menu in your radio, backslash, then it'll open up your little radio menu, and then you want to go to F8 for ground crew and then F1 for rearm and refuel. I'm going to select this particular weapon. We're going to switch it over to a GBU-12. Alright, we have the 74th Fighter Squadron Moody Air Force Base. I live near there, so. Got 180 flares, 120 chaff, gun ammo's at 100%, and combat...
Hold up! Hold up!
Yeah, see, that ain't gonna work. Oh. I think I know what it is. Give me just a second here. I hit left Alt Z to turn on my recorder, and it's decelerating time, so it's left Shift Z.
Altitude.
Hey, that sounds better. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit backslash. If you look up in the top right, F8 for ground crew, F1 for rearm. We're going to right click on it, go to bombs, and then GBU-12. Everything here is good. You can change your total fuel. You can actually have a preset loadout if you want. And then, you want combat mix. We're going to hit OK.
Request rearming.
And you'll hit copy.
Copy.
Yeah. So, what's cool about the A10 is you can actually rearm and refuel hot. So I can actually do a engine start. But, so we're going to go use our UHF. We're going to go to A10C. To Shem Island, and then we're going to ask permission to start up.
Hog 1-1, request startup. Hog 1-1, cleared for startup.
Okay, we're cleared for startup. But before we do that, we're going to wait.
Rearming complete.
And then what I do here is after we do our pre-flight bit test, and hit enter to exit. You go right here to exit. Now, if you have any type of bombs you're dropping, I always put this CCIP consent option 3.9, and we'll go over that when we go into dumb bombs. But I just out of habit do it. Now to get out of that menu, you're going to left click down here, and it's going to put you up into your regular HUD mode. So let's go ahead and get the engine started. We're going to do the left engine first. Fuel pumps are on. APU is running. We're just going to push it from idle cutoff to idle. And if you watch, this guy right here, you see engine start cycle right here. And you're going to watch right here is your percent on RPM. You see temperature coming up. The hydraulics have come on. You saw the stick move. You can actually look and watch it start spinning up. Okay? Go ahead and turn on your SAS. Hold down takeoff trim. And if you want to test your, that's just that the APU generator is running as the left AC generator came on. You can actually test your indicator. It should go to 6,000 or around there. You flip it here to, we have nothing in our external, engine. How much do we have in our wings? We have approximately 2,000 pounds in each wing. Main tank is 3,500 in each wing. And that gives us a total of 11,100 pounds, roughly. This thing, the fuel flow on this thing is stupid. So we see that our engine cycle light has gone off. We have nothing on the left engine. We got right hydraulic, seat's not on, right oil, and right generator are not on. So hit that right engine. There we go, engine start cycle. Coming up. Usually when I see about 30 or 40, or 3,000, 4,000 RPM. Make sure that we're getting a good spin. R. So now, you'll see here on the DTS upload page, they all have like asterisks or dots next to it. We have a message right here. It says DSMS inventory. It's telling me that something has changed. You can hit acknowledge, it'll make that go away. What we need to do is we need to hit load all. So what's happening is, before, when the crew chiefs, or the weapons, they get loaded onto the aircraft, there's a card that they put into the plane. What we're doing now is we're loading it. We're loading our mission files. Any waypoints that are in there, stuff like that. And what we're waiting to watch for here is those lights to come back on. Once they do that, we can see that our GBU is there, the Mark 151s, and the 3 Mark 82s. ALQ, and the AIM-9, and the lighting pod. Over here, we want to go into our CDU, and we're waiting, and it's flashing already that INS is ready, so we're going to go to nav, Iggy, we're going to arm our seat, and then you're going to want to hit these 2 switches that I showed you earlier, the EAC and the radar altimeter, and you see that the only light we have on here is our APU generator, and our APU has come off now. Okay. So, what I'm going to show you here is how to use the DSMS here for ground ops. So, normally, it wouldn't take this long. If you go through what I showed you on the startup, get your power on, your pitot heat, your oxygen, your CDU and your Iggy switches, your radios, APU, fuel pumps, anti-skid, left MFCD, the artificial horizon, get that uncaged, the right MFCD, the chaff panel turned on to what you want, close the canopy, By that time, your APU generator should be able to come on. You should be at 100% on this dial right here. And once that's on, you can go, oh, don't forget, you hit these three, SICU, JTARs, and your ISCC up to test. You hit enter. You can call for your request for takeoff or to rearm if you started clean. A lot of servers you'll start clean and you put your own weapons on. Stuff like that. We would have time while that's going. We'd be waiting for our INS alignment. So you could be doing your dismiss now. So what we're looking at here is our main weapons page. So when you have pre-programmed stuff, you can go. If we had any Mavericks, you would go here and hit EO on or off. You can even set your EO to come on a bearing. Once you turn a certain bearing, once you hit a range from a certain waypoint, at a waypoint, or at a certain time. Okay, you can actually see the time is running right here. So we started at 0800. If we wanted to have this thing come on at 0822, you could actually set that. And it takes about 3 minutes for your Mavericks seeker heads to align. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go back here to station. Okay, we see everything here. If we go into inventory here and we select the GBU, so you'll see right here, let me turn my targeting pod on, I'll show you how to do all that too. It says 1688. That's the code that bombs package is looking for on the laser to track in. So let's say I wanted to change that. Okay, so we're going to select it. We're actually going to go back here to GBU 12, and then bam, I can change my laser code. Let's call it 1565. Bam. Okay? Then we hit load and station. Bam, now our GBU says 1565. So if I drop this bomb and I didn't change my code over on my targeting pod, it's still coming up. I didn't turn it on. If I dropped that and my targeting pod was still showing 1688, that bomb would drop just like a regular Mark 82. Okay? It's the same bomb, it just has a package that's put on it on the front here. And then I'll go out here, go back. Let's go outside here. And if you look, it really is just a Mark 82 with fins on it that deploy when you drop it, and once the laser, the fins control and they point the bomb at the laser. But without the proper code, it won't track. Alright, so while that's going, let's look at our profiles. So we're going to go over here into profile, and you'll see it says we got GBUs, Mark 151s, or M151s, and Mark 82s. Okay, so we're going to hit the up arrow, we got Mark 82s. If you want to make any changes to this, we're going to go to View Profile. Here is the single. If I hit the pickle right now, it would drop one bomb off the rack. Okay? Pairs, it's going to drop 2 bombs at the same time. Ripple single. Ripple quantity 1. It's only going to drop 1. Okay? We're going to have it drop all 3 in a ripple quantity, and they're going to hit 75 feet apart. We're going to set it into CCRP mode. Well, let's do CCIP with that. We can do CCIP. Okay? Then we're going to hit save. Okay? The rockets, we're going to go to View Profile. I have 84 rockets on 4 pylons. So 3 sets of 7 on 4 different pylons. So I'm going to set this thing here to 4 rockets. Ripple single, ripple quantity, CCIP, save. And the GBUs, we really don't want to do anything. Oh, I can show you this. We want it in CCRP mode, okay? But we got to go to a different setting in here. We're going to set to auto lays on, and we're going to set it to 10 seconds on the lays time. So what that's going to do is that my laser on my targeting pod will fire 10 seconds before the bomb impacts, or immediately if the bomb is going to impact in less than 10 seconds. Okay, we're going to go over you'll see down here that I am showing laser 1688, okay? We're going to go into the control page, and you'll see our laser code right here. Now this is my laser, and this is the laser search, okay? This is a code that it's going to look for. So if somebody else is lasing, like my JTAC, I can actually have my targeting pod find somebody else transmitting, but this is the one that I'm going to be transmitting from my own targeting pod. 1565. Bam. Okay? Turn my latch on. Let's put it into US, and we'll put it in NGRS. We'll talk about that. There's off now, and now it's in latitude and longitude. So now I just go back to return, and you'll see now that I'm transmitting on 1565. Okay? Right here, you got to hit your save. Okay? Oh, let me show you here the other stuff in here too. So, so this is my exit plan here. Turn, level, turn. So I'm going to turn to the left. I'm going to level out, and then I'm going to turn again, either left or right, coming out of my, after I drop. I can set a minimum altitude, so we'll set a minimum altitude of 1,000 feet. If I'm inside of 1,000 feet, this bomb won't leave the rack. Okay? Hit save, back to station. Now all of our profiles here are set. They're ready to go. See right there? That's the laser search. I can actually look for somebody else transmitting a laser at 1688, and that's what you would find on here. We'll go over targeting pods and everything else later. So, once again, my name's Afari. I hope this was helpful. If you guys want to see any more information on a particular subsystem that we went over, please put it in the comments, and we'll go over it again for you. We'll go over some more advanced stuff here when we get into the countermeasures. We'll show you how to track, use TACAN, how to use the radios properly more, takeoff, and we'll do a gun and rocket run in the next video, and drop some Mark 82, some dumb bombs. And we'll go over the difference between CCIP and CCRP. My previous video, I dropped a GBU, a CDU, cluster bombs, and some Mavericks. So you got to see that. But this is here on the ground, starting up the aircraft. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit subscribe, like, and let me know what you think about the videos. And on the way out here, we'll give a parting shot to everybody's favorite view, the Gal-8 Avenger. Right? 7 barrels of death. Anyway, again, thanks for watching. Have a great time flying.